There are several things that I would like to point out to you.
This is the Mission. Welcome to the Mission here in San Francisco. Doc's Clock, the Makeout Room, and the Latin American Club are the Bermuda Triangle, essentially, of this neighborhood. This is where people's night disappears, and it's where their sobriety disappears. Hey, I'm Mark Capel. I'm a piano player and a composer. I want to show you a little bit about this wonderful neighborhood I live in. So this is the Makeout Room. Everybody plays here. You know, there's a tunnel downstairs that leads to Wicker Park in Chicago, parts of Brooklyn, Los Feliz and the Silver Lake districts in LA. Anybody who's traveling around as a musician will probably come here even if they're not playing here. So there's always, there's always a surprise. You mean you could really walk in some night, and this, this happened like a few months ago. You walk in and there's Norah Jones singing, In this place it costs $5 to get into and $3 for a beer. Hello, how are you? Are you open tonight? I'm gonna bring my son for a haircut, okay? It's a great barbershop. They don't have candy. So like you tell your kid, like, oh, I'm gonna take you to a barbershop. And they're like, great, lollipop. And you have to bring like your own lollipop. But it's still a tremendous barber. And it's just a great immersion course, for the kid, I could take him to Supercuts and his life would become, just sad and normal. This is the Latin American Club. If you can get these benches by the window, you're in good shape here. This is a great place to sit. This is a great place to sit and see who's coming in and decide whether you want to stay or whether you want to take off or not. There's some guys that are faux lesbians that are showing up.
Well, there's a lot of straight guys that have crushes on the lesbians. They don't realize there's plenty of like normal straight women out there that they, Anyways.
Well, you guys have a sign. You could put that up there. Doc's Clock over here, an example of like the relationship of artists in this community. When Jonathan Richman, who lives here in the neighborhood, when he was about to get married, he was very nervous about getting married. And he would wander the streets playing guitar, and he would wander into Doc's, and he would sit in the back, and he would sing to himself, not in order to perform or rehearse, but just to calm and steady his nerves. But this was a great, this is the great equity of living in this neighborhood, is that the rest of us walked in, we weren't nervous about getting married, and we could just sit at a table and watch, this great rock songwriter, this great punk rock icon, just jamming away. The neighborhood was, for a long, long time, Irish and Italian. And the Hispanic population started growing after the war and became like a very, very big part of creating a new and really, in a lot of ways, more vibrant culture. Right a few blocks from here is a studio that Columbia Records used to run. It was a CBS recording studio. And people like Santana and Herbie Hancock, a lot of amazing records were done there. That's a few blocks away. But upstairs here was where the payola came from. I won't name the business, but essentially it was a front to pay radio people to play records for CBS. One of the probably most famous people from the Mission is Carlos Santana. Just in the last few years, in the resurgence of his career, he went around the neighborhood hoping to shoot videos here. Next door at the Makeout Room, he offered them thousands of dollars. They refused the offer because they were kind of worried that would be like the step before becoming a sports bar.